We hope you enjoy this rebroadcast of Risk On's highest-rated topics for the previous week. Todd and Jason will return next week with their regularly scheduled programming. And now, Risk On.
Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 15th. This is the 30th episode of Risk On, what may be the greatest show ever about risk, and we've extended the show to 56 minutes to cover more topics and get more in depth. We're going to continue to add to this show every single month until we get it nearly perfect. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I appreciate everyone asking. Yes, I am executive chairman and the largest shareholder of Ault Global, which is the symbol DPW. I am not allowed to talk about it. I simply cannot. And that's not the purpose of the show. You can understand for regulatory reasons why it would be off limits. And this show is designed to educate people, to keep us in touch with the market, and my holdings. Yeah, I just really can't comment about it. I'll think of more reasons why to sort of give you the kind of the legal reasons why, but it would be not ethical, and I don't comment on it. I have not ever sold DPW. And I don't intend to, but I simply cannot cannot talk about it.
Sorry.
I can't talk about our holdings.
Yeah.
I can't talk about NTN. I can talk about things that are disclosed. And I appreciate if you're a shareholder. I'm a shareholder. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm not telling you to sell it. But I simply can't talk about it for reasons that are just not, it's not ethical.
I mean, we leave all that to social media. They can talk about it.
Yeah, other people have plenty of stuff to say about me.
For sure.
Like what my weight is. I think there's people out there that are unaware that I'm aware that I'm overweight. But I'm keenly aware every day when I get out of bed and get in my car, my beautiful car that's like the chair's getting ruined because I'm so overweight.
No.
Look at Skyla. She's like, oh my God, did you really say that? Come on, man. I'm 6'4". I'm a big dude.
Yeah. I mean, you're dropping weight though, right?
I am.
Yeah, okay.
But I put it back on. I drop it. I put it back on.
Yeah, let's just keep it off.
Depends how stressed I am. You can tell my weight goes down when the stock or price DPW goes up, and it goes up when the price goes down, or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, that's my last comment about that.
Maybe smoking weed will help lose weight. I don't know.
Well, it puts me to sleep. Let's go to KMPH. Nick, if you could pull up the screen. Guys, everyone knows we're long this. For full disclosure, we sold the whole position today between 11.50 and 12.50. I put out orders. They got filled. I'm gone. I had 65,000 shares. I sold them all.
Yeah, I'm like texting Todd. We're texting back and forth. I'm like, dude, just
give me a reason.
Yeah, I'm like, just go ahead and sell and take the profit.
This position has been dogging us.
Yeah.
We made money to 21. We lost it. I think we were down 300 grand.
Yes.
At one point. So to get out of here and make $60,000, I was like, I was looking around praying to God and thanking God that he helped me out of this position. Or she did. Whatever God you believe in. I believe God's a female.
I mean, they're still just ignoring the fact that there's 6 accusers for Cuomo, and they have the nursing home scandal. It's all just...
Yeah, but how are they ignoring it? I think big time everyone's called for his resignation. Have they not?
But Biden and Harris haven't addressed it yet. They've ignored it.
I thought Biden made a comment over the weekend.
He's working with Cuomo amid the coronavirus pandemic, but...
Right.
Biden broke his silence Sunday on the allegations of sexual misconduct.
So do you think he should resign?
I do, but that's...
Hold on.
That's just me.
I know your political leanings.
Yeah.
But hold on a second.
Right.
Should he resign, or should the investigation take place first?
Well, I think he should resign for an entirely different reason. I think he should resign because of the nursing home situation, where it's all factual. They've done the reports because they've done the investigation. I mean, all the other accusations are just that. They're just accusations. The nursing home situation is factual. Like, that's proven. Like, those people were killed in the nursing homes. And Janice Dean from Fox News, her mom or her dad was one of the victims. So if you look on Twitter, Janice Dean is outspoken. She delivers a lot of factual data. Cuomo made the decision not to use the Mercy ship in the New York harbor, and instead he filtered all those older folks back into the nursing homes, where a lot of them succumbed to to the coronavirus. So it was a very, very bad situation.
Hey, listen, I want to talk to you about a strategy, okay? And we're going to divert a little bit. This is why the show's going to be a little longer. So I want to talk to you about Rocket Mortgage, okay? So when I bought Rocket Company, RKT, during very heightened volatility, and this is something I've done for over 20 years.
Hey, can you pull it up on the screen and look at the 1 month or something?
Yeah, let me do that. It's, Yeah, thank you. You're a good assistant host here.
Nice.
So let's pull up the 1 month.
Perfect.
Okay, let's pull up the 1 month here. Nick, can we go to the screen?
Nice. Here we go.
Okay. So Jason and I bought it. If you see where we entered, for those people maybe listen on the radio or wrap up, you see left to right, stocks around $20, kind of hovering, and then it goes parabolic. We bought it in the hole.
We didn't buy top of the mountain. Like
No, we did
some
not buy
folks
top
did.
of the mountain, as
No.
you see.
But yeah, we definitely bought it in the hole.
We didn't sit on a spike.
No.
However, when it started to go against us after we sold out, we bought back in.
Yep.
I looked at the calls, and let me explain the call to you. For those of you who don't understand what a call option is, a call option is the right to buy something. So if you sell a stock, a call, you give people the right to buy your stock if you're covered. If you sell it to them uncovered, you have unlimited risk, which is a no-no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's for you home gamers, not a good idea. I've done it many times. You can get your head cut off. Now, I did it with a portfolio of options, and it can be scary. And during 9/11, I had those out there, and I lost $400,000 in one day. Oh. However, 9/11 was a rarity. God rest everyone's soul there.
Yeah.
Anyways, I hate that topic. Well, okay, back to regular scheduled programming. So you're long Rocket. If you're long 100 shares of Rocket, you could write a call for 100 shares. So one contract is 100 shares.
Yep.
So when this stock gets really volatile, the call options short term get these really high level premiums. Jason, you want to kind of walk people through why that happens?
So what you were doing is, what covered let's use an example. So like when Rocket Mortgage was $26.
But it still had the high volatility.
It still had the high volatility.
I was selling the 3089s, which
Right.
because there was a dividend, they adjusted that for that dividend.
Right.
I was getting $1.15.
Yeah. So he was getting the premium on the 3089s. People were buying those.
And they were going to expire March 19th,
Yep.
which is in about a week, 4 days from now.
Yeah. So we were just basically hedging with our existing position, and we were covering calls, and we were actually protecting our position, and that's a good way to do it.
And I wrote about 16,000 total shares, or about, what is that? Is that 16 contracts?
Yeah,
No.
160
No, it's
160 contracts.
160
Yeah.
contracts. One contract represents 100 shares. And when Rocket pulled back on some of the sell-off, the premiums went down because there wasn't much time left, and I was able to buy them back and then unhook the contract.
Yes.
And then keep and pocket that premium.
Yeah.
Right. I continue to do that to this day.
Yep.
I sold more Rocket this morning.
In fact, I'm not sure. How many do we have left?
We're down to 20,000, and I have 50 contracts out there.
Okay.
At 20, I think, believe it, $29.
Okay, so
Now,
yeah.
and I'm pushing some forward to April.
Right.
Right.
Speaking of ammo, POWW, Chucky Schumer says he'll bring a House gun bill vote in the Senate. That was...
Hey, let's cover this. Let's spend 2 minutes here. If
Okay.
you are a Democrat and you barely have a lead in the Senate, I think you got to have Camilla step in.
Yeah, you do.
And you have 10 or 11, 12 people in the House, and you're going to introduce gun bills.
I think it's 8 in the House. That's all.
I think it's 12, but 15. But we'll get the exact number.
Okay.
You barely got a lead. Listen, I don't happen to dislike Biden. I know you have a difference of opinion, but you got a guy who, let's just say, is getting up there in age. Camilla had 1%.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why he picked her for California, because he already is going to get California.
Right.
So he picked her clearly because she's a minority. She's a smart woman. I'm not suggesting she's not. Very smart. But from a political standpoint, she only had 1%.
Yeah.
He was barely getting any votes. If you go after the guns, I mean, you're gonna fire up the base of the Republican Party.
For sure.
You're giving them the quote ammo to fight back.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
I just don't know why this is a political football for these people. I don't know why they want to go down this route. Do you think 100 million Americans are going to say, yeah, it's okay to take away my guns? They're not going to say it's okay.
No, this is a giant hill that they will all stand on.
Yeah, you're gonna push the boulder up the hill.
Yeah.
And it's going to roll back down on you. I mean, keep in mind, I know this is crazy, but elections are a year and a half away.
For sure, and they've already kept
the midterms. Hey,
listen, they've taken.
I know that's a little bit of a stretch. Press like,
we've been locked.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Elections are coming up, right?
We've
Not
been
really.
locked down for a while, so all these liberties and freedoms have been infringed on in the name of safety. Well, guess what? Self-defense is a basic human right. The last time I checked, And for those of you that think they're just holier than thou, that are going to keep all your protection and security, all these politicians have armed security. What do we protect the banks with? Guns. What do we protect everything with? Guns.
I know.
So
I know we're in Vegas.
Yeah.
Listen, this building that I'm in, I got to tell you, I feel a little different. The security guards run around here with guns right on their side.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, I come from California where guns are kind of illegal, but whatever.
Right. So yeah, I don't think they should go this route. I know it's just a couple of things that they're trying to pass, but they're trying to get the AR-15 banned, and that didn't work out. When they did the last AR-15 rifle ban, it didn't help crime statistics at all. So it's just one of those things where I just don't think it's politically expedient for them to do that. It's not a winning. It's really for the far left.
Hey, listen. What about tomorrow? What are we looking at for tomorrow? What's important?
It's marijuana stocks.
You like marijuana stocks?
Yeah, they're starting to show.
Okay, whatever.
They're starting to show some green again. So
anyone in particular, or you just think the whole sector?
TLRY.
But you like the sector.
SNDO.
But is it just technical, or do you like a fundamental thing that's going on with marijuana?
Money rotation, legalization of marijuana in the whole country of Mexico.
So you just think it's a rotation?
Yeah.
A rotation, and probably wind at their back for legalization.
Yep, absolutely.
Hey, don't forget on Wednesday we're going to have a contest starting where you're going to have to put your brackets in. That'll be important, right?
We need to give
away some money.
Yeah, we need to get that squared up for sure. This is one of the best times of the year is NCAA.
March Madness.
Yeah,
but no Duke for sure.
No Duke.
Hey, we're live in Vegas. We're live every week. We're live every day, and it's important, right? Because we're going to be right here in the heart of betting.
In fact, last night I got backed off playing blackjack, like we were talking about.
Okay, go. You got 1 minute to tell the story. Go.
All right.
The M barred him from playing blackjack. How long were you playing before they barred you?
About an hour and a half. I was up a couple $100. I was betting like 25 to 125, nothing crazy. So I won a couple of the bigger bets. I had a couple of splits, a couple doubles. And the supervisor comes over and says, "Hey, Jason, how you doing tonight?" I said, "I'm doing great. Tipping the dealers, having a good time, having a sugar-free Red Bull, enjoying my time." She says, "You're not welcome to play blackjack anymore. We love you here. You treat the dealers great. You're always in a good mood. You can play any other casino game here, but you're not welcome to play blackjack anymore." And I've seen this before on YouTube where some professional blackjack players have been backed off. So that was what they call it. I was backed off from the game, no longer allowed to play blackjack, which in blackjack, you can create an edge if you're a professional and you use your mind. So, yeah, that's what happened. So
things are stabilizing a little bit. I think the stimulus is out there. Bitcoin, do we know where the Bitcoin's closing?
It was 56.6 last time I looked.
Hey, we appreciate you. It's March 15th. This is the 30th episode. Comment below. We'll send you some merch. And those of you waiting for merch, we're going to get it out to you. Thank you so much for watching the show. For everyone around, take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 16th. Wow, I remember that perfectly. Yeah. Now, that's a feat because I was up all day trading.
Man.
31st episode. 31st. Who talks like that? Only a guy who grew up in Fullerton, went to Parks Junior High, talks like that. I will tell you my opinion of what's happening in Las Vegas. They're opening it up. Okay, it's packed. Now, this is a relative term. I don't know how you feel about this.
Yeah.
But last night we went to, where'd we go to? Bugsy and Myers? Bugsy and Myers. There's a restaurant called Bugsy and Myers.
That's in Bally's?
No, it was in Flamingo.
Flamingo, okay.
But we had a tomahawk ribeye that was 60 days aged.
Yeah.
The place was great. The food was great. The service was great. Thanks, Mickey, by the way.
Wow, nice.
Mickey from Bugsy and Myers. But the place was packed. Skylar, aren't you getting the impression that when I go downstairs at the Caesars everywhere, there's a lot of people.
Every week there's more people.
And they're letting them in.
So
it's not. You can feel, and I'm hearing things like they're thinking about a 10% GDP growth for a quarter.
Yeah,
because that's maybe what Josh was talking about, our producer, about revenge spending.
Yeah,
maybe that's what they're referring to because there is a huge amount of people showing up. I know it's St. Patrick's Day in a few days. Give people a reason to eat bad food.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. What do you like? What's good there? What do they serve on St. Patrick's Day? Potatoes wrapped in nothing. Hey, so I want to go over what I did today with I don't think you're going to be a fan of what I did. You might be. You actually told me to do it. I saw it later in a text. Can we pull up the screen real quick? So I'll tell you what I did today about rocket companies. I sold the entire position. I covered the calls. So is it on the screen? Why does it look smaller?
I don't know. I was wondering that.
That's strange to me. What does it look like? Not. How do you make it bigger? Oh, well, that makes sense.
Perfect. 2 fingers.
Oh, there you go. So it opened this morning. It headed towards. Excuse me, I'm a sneeze.
I'm definitely on the coffee drip today. I apologize.
Excuse me. It opened this morning around. It was headed towards 27. It was about 26 and some change. And to me, it felt like to me that the stock had gotten heavy.
Yeah.
The follow through wasn't as high. And I eventually said, you know what? If it's going to clip 26, I'm going to sell the whole position. And I sold part of it at 26.5, a little bit more at 26.25 because we had 20,000 shares. I eventually got rid of all of it. And then I had seller's remorse. And at the end of the day, at 25, I bought back only 1,000 shares. Why did I buy back 1,000 shares? Because I don't want to forget it.
Yeah.
I always forget trades, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And I love rocket companies. I'm a fan of this trade. But I covered the call. So remember, I wrote a call out in April. Because the stock was down to around 25 and some change, I was able to buy the call back. And I bought the call back, and I basically just flushed my position.
There's a bunch of calls Friday, actually, for this, too, right? I forget what the strike
Yeah, but
was.
those are all gone.
They're gone,
I covered them all.
Okay.
Right.
All right, cool.
So I sold for full disclosure, we sold our rocket companies today. We bought back 1,000 only at 25.
Right.
So, Nick, pull up the screen on NTN Buzz Time. Is it on there? Okay. So I'm going to show you. Look, are you looking?
I'm looking.
Okay. My cost right here, 557.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And my cost over here on E-Trade is, see that? $6.
I see it.
Now, you ask yourself, how did I get $6? Now, when we look at this chart left to right, the whole day you don't see $6, right? Where was it in the pre-market? Last night, Jason, right after the market closed, we did our show.
Yep.
We were waiting for the vote. Jason runs into my meeting with Brad Lee and says, it's $7. And we get excited and we start selling it. Now, you're probably saying, how did you sell it? Well, we sold it in the aftermarket, and I had a problem with the broker-dealer that had it that couldn't sell that much. They sold 60,000 for me and said, we can't sell anymore. I'm like, oh, God.
It's unreal.
You're killing me. And I had about 195,000 shares because I had sold 100,000 on Friday to hedge my bet. So I had about 195,000 left.
Right.
It's at $7. I immediately go to E-Trade and IB because I'm long at another brokerage firm, and I short it.
Yep.
And I short it, and I short it, and I short it. And so I shorted it on an average of about $6. Now, this is important to understand. I wasn't really short because I was long somewhere else. So I was really hedging, right?
Yeah.
So I sold in IB short, and I was long somewhere else, so it didn't matter what happened. I locked in my profit.
Exactly.
And when it went down to $4 today on IB at $3.93, I covered a lot of it on IB.
Yeah.
Right? Still long in the other account. So this was a home run trade for me. I actually really liked the gaming asset, but the merger passed, and they're obviously going to merge with that Brooklyn
Immunotherapy.
Yeah, something like Brooklyn Therapeutics or something like
Yeah,
that.
NTN Gaming with game time with
Right. That trade. So
Biotech.
this trade's kind of over for me.
Yeah.
But effectively, that's what happened on this trade. All right, let's go to ammo. POW for you home gamers. POWW. How do I feel about this trade today? We're long we have this coming out of our ears, literally. We own it. We are full to the brim with rim, whatever. For you old timers, that is not an example of. It's not a good example of. It's not a good slogan. We own a ton of it. And what did you think about the pullback?
I just think it was healthy because of the market.
Let me tell you why I thought that it was healthy. Let me go to the 1 day, but here's the 5 day. You can see that spike up there. They priced it at $5. You priced $100 million or 20 million shares at $5.
It's closed too.
And today's closing today.
Yeah.
So today's closing day. So some people who got closed their shares today, if you're up $1 and some change, that's 20, 21, 22%. You might be selling some.
Yep.
It's absorbing the selling pressure well. I'm massively bullish on ammo.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
am massively bullish on POWW. Now, for you guys at home or on the radio, that's not an endorsement. Just because I'm bullish does not mean you should buy. In fact, I'm not a licensed professional. I'm not a broker. I literally am the executive chairman of a public company, but I am not a licensed broker. I'm not allowed to give advice like that. This is for entertainment purposes. This is us telling you what we're doing. We never tell you anything that we're not doing. And it's all verifiable. So I'm sure someday someone will knock on my door and say, hey, did you really do that? And yes, we did. So what's your thoughts on POW before we hang up here?
Somebody made a good point. They said, how can you be pro-Second Amendment and against this company? You can't. And you know how many people are pro-Second Amendment in this country?
Right.
I mean, probably up 100 million.
But forgetting the emotional side of it or the political side of it, they have a big backlog.
Yep.
They have 100 million in new cash.
200 million backlog.
Right. 100 million in new cash.
Right.
Building a new facility and have an LOI for gunbroker.com. What are we waiting for? Gunbroker.com.
I think you could see it possibly this week.
Do you think?
Yeah. The offering's
Do you have
closed
inside
now.
information?
I do not.
Because I'll buy more.
No, I do not.
No, I wouldn't buy more. That'd be illegal.
Yes.
I wouldn't do that.
We do not have any inside
Okay, so we're
information.
long ammo, and if anyone has any comments, hey, I'd love to hear from anybody if you're long POWW. If you got any insight you can share with us, love to hear it. We'll call you out on the screen and talk about your thoughts.
Torchlight is divesting their oil and gas assets, and they're gonna allocate all that money in the form of a special dividend.
All right, so why don't you take people through this? Because I know that we were long this stock. Where's it at right now, by the way?
220s.
Oh, so it's back down from where we
Yeah,
sold
they
it.
PR'd that the merger is going to be slightly delayed. The Meta wanted to give the shareholders some time to vote, an extra couple of weeks. Nothing's changed about the deal. You can find the you can look on Twitter and find the CEO of Meta talking about it. But it looks like Torchlight also owns 134 acres of land too, and all of that stuff's going to be divested and it's going to be issued out to Torchlight shareholders. And also, this is going to be. I guess it's a reverse takeover is what it technically is.
Yeah, RTO.
Yeah, so it's going to be Meta and Torchlight. It'll be eventually a 1-to-1 share exchange, but currently Meta has about a 3-to-1 ratio of, Torchlight has about a 3-to-1 ratio of outstanding shares compared to Meta. So what's going to happen is...
What do they do? They're oil and gas?
Yeah, they're oil and gas, but Meta is clean technology, green.
Oh.
So Torchlight's totally getting out of oil and gas.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about NFTs?
I don't even know about digital art and whatever that stuff is. I haven't even looked into it.
Let me tell you something. I saw Kara Swisher on NFTs, Richard C. I saw Kara Swisher yesterday on CNBC, and I think everyone should watch it because she proves a point, and that is the Mona Lisa is still worth, the original is still worth a lot of money, yet people copy it all the time. But the original proof of the original ownership is still worth money. So Jack Dorsey owned the first tweet at Twitter.
Right.
And so he had the right to sell it. And so someone can actually own the first tweet. And you can't really get away with that.
That's crazy.
I know, but you can't deny that that's the case. You know, obviously it could be printed on some sort of silk or something. He could sign it. But it is the same thing as you're basically creating provenance, right?
Yeah.
You're saying, here's the provenance for everything that, my buddy Steve, he used to run a authentication company, and he used to tell me that they had the provenance where the bats came from. He had the provenance of Babe Ruth bat.
Oh, yeah.
The chain of custody, the chain of ownership. So it kind of makes sense to me. NFTs make sense to me for some reason.
I don't know. I'm call me old school. I want the actual original. Like, why do I want a Honus Wagner? Like,
but why can't there be an original digital?
Nah, I'm not into that. No thanks. But
no, I know
but
you're not into it. But why can't there be an original?
I'm not saying
digital?
there's not value in it, and there's not any trading value in as far as commerce. But that's just not for me. I would rather. I'm not going to want. If I go in my building in the gym and I bring my Pete Rose card, but it's a fake. It's like just a copycat Pete Rose card. Am I going to feel bad to ask Pete to sign it? Like, hey, Pete, will you sign this fake Pete Rose card? Or, hey, Pete, will you sign your rookie card? Like, I don't know. I'm not in. It's just me.
Would you actually let him sign your rookie card? Because I thought rookie cards should be not signed.
I would get it authenticated. Yeah, it would be great.
You'd let him sign it?
Sure, I would, yeah. But it just depends.
So you'd want a chain of custody, get authenticated?
Yeah, like...
So NFTs make sense?
Like, yeah, he'd be doing some lat pull-downs in the gym. I'd be like, hey, Pete, you need a spot? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hey, will you sign my rookie card, too? Oh, yeah, no
Do
problem.
you have a Pete Rose rookie card?
I do, yeah, 63.
Why didn't you ask him?
I haven't yet. I don't want to bother him.
What does that mean?
In fact, I think it's in Florida, though. Most of my good cards are in Florida.
Why in Florida?
They're
Humidity?
they're just posted up at my mom's place, like in a secure place. I don't want to move them all across country.
Because you're not really kind of staying in Vegas, you think?
Well, I mean, I wasn't.
You may
going
move
to.
back?
I could move back. It's a forward-looking statement.
So why don't we go over this new biotech? What do they do?
Which one is it?
AEZS.
Oh yeah, AEZS.
AEZS.
It kind of sold off. It had momentum in the morning. They have a pediatric patient's growth hormone drug. It's also that's phase 3. Phase 3 trial is actually commencing now for pediatric patients.
Nick, can you bring that up? That's the year to date.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that chart here? This thing was 50 cents. They're on the NASDAQ, right? So they weren't compliant.
Right.
And then in February, they rocketed to around 340.
Yep.
And now they're back to $1.38. Why do you like it?
They also have a
Nick, can you stay on the chart for me?
they have a potential COVID vaccine license agreement. So that's another reason I like it. They signed a exclusive license agreement and research contract with Julius Maximilians University, and that's in Germany, I believe. So that's a potential oral bacterial vaccine against COVID-19. So that was one thing they have in the pipeline.
Did they raise capital?
They have raised capital. I think they raised capital around February 5th, if I recall correctly. I definitely 29.7 million bought deal. February 22nd.
We're not recommending the stock, by the way.
But yeah,
But we are long some. Hey, I
like
wanted to cover something. We're going to liven the show up a little bit. I'm sorry we're a little down. We kind of blew it,
You know what? It's not our fault. So listen,
I know, but it doesn't matter. You take responsibility.
No, I know. You do the due diligence. You take your money that's already been taxed. You invest it in a ticker, and then you're just like, okay, it's time to cash out. I've waited my turn, and now we can't cash out.
I really want. I'm going to spend 2 minutes on a soapbox. Okay, so there's a thing called NSCC, and it overrules broker dealers and the guaranteeing of a trade. So when you buy a stock at a broker dealer, you pay for it, but it doesn't settle for 2 days, so the broker-dealer has to post collateral at NSCC. Now, usually they have a deposit at NSCC, but if the stock is volatile and there's a lot of trading going on, they ask for an extra deposit.
Right.
This can put a broker-dealer out of business. They do the same thing when they sell it. So when it has volatility, they ask for more money to ensure the clearance of the trade in case you don't pay. It is complete nonsense because when you go to sell a stock, you already own it in your account. The government, in my opinion, has to work on this settlement, how quickly stocks settle, T+1, T+2, T+3. In my days, when I first started, it was T+5.
That's crazy.
And you could get an extension of up to a week.
Yeah, but you're writing up slips with like 8 1/4, 8 1/8.
That's what it was like.
This crazy stuff. How
53 3/4.
Dude, how did anything get done then?
Right. And so the point I'm making here is that we are caught up with a broker-dealer that has a lot of volatility in some of its positions and could not post up all the collateral it needed. Hey, we appreciate your time. A little bit of a lull in the show today, kind of a dull show. It's March 16th, it's the 31st episode. We appreciate your time. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay well. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's St. Patrick's Day. It's the 17th of March, and that means I've been drinking all day. Just kidding. I don't drink. Anyways, how's your day, Jason?
It's great, man. I got sleep last night, feeling rejuvenated.
I slept too.
It was awesome.
Even though I couldn't sell that whole position up,
It's okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's March 17th. It's the 32nd episode of Risk On. What may be the greatest show ever about risk, ever? That's a forward-looking segment because we say the word may be the greatest show. It's yet to be determined. I know that housing starts were not as good today, right?
Yeah, they were declined 10.3%, 1.42 million units.
But that kind of feeds further into the fact that there's a housing shortage.
There's definitely a housing shortage.
And I know here in Vegas, prices are going up because all those people that are migrating from California are paying higher prices in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 26 consecutive weeks of double-digit price increases. So, I mean, you're looking at lumber, like the commodity prices are driving it. Lumber's 79.7% up year over year for February, and the COVID restrictions had led to that too. But like you said, demand is very strong, and as the economy opens back up, there'll be even more people looking to move from high tax states.
Like me.
Yeah,
Yeah, already
for sure.
moved.
Well,
Already sold my house and moved.
that's nice.
Right.
So,
And you just picked up and drove across country.
yeah, absolutely.
Although you were already in a low-cost state.
Yeah, I was in Florida, so it's nice there too.
But you always have the ability to go back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. You made that clear yesterday. At any moment's notice, I may change my mind.
No, you never know.
Andrea works virtual, so she can be anywhere.
Yeah.
You guys could be in Alaska.
No, I don't want to go there.
Where would you want to go? What other states?
Florida or Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
You know how, well, Florida's hot too. So.
Yeah.
I was say, you know how hot and muggy it is there?
It's 118 here during the summer.
Yeah, but it's a dry heat.
Yeah, like so is the oven when I put my cookies in the oven. It's a dry heat. It's so hot here that because of the air, there's not enough lift, so the airplanes can't take off. And
It's actually true, by the way.
yeah, it's crazy.
If it gets so hot here, the planes cannot take off because there's not lift. The air is so thin.
Yes.
You got any exciting news today?
Not really. Well, there is something that's kind of good for people in California and those that are traveling to California. It looks like April 30th, Gavin finally allowed Disneyland to open back up.
Yeah. So, I did want to get to Gavin a little bit. I saw him last night, got enough votes for the recall.
Yeah.
So it looks like this is going to be on the ballot.
Yes.
He's going to fight it.
Let him fight it.
I think he probably wins, though, because it's not going to happen until September, October. Right. By then, he's going to open everything back up. People aren't going to have the same feelings. The only thing is, I heard from a little birdie that there's a potential Republican that will run against him, and that in recall elections, only about 5 million people vote. It's not the same percentage of voters.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And so they think the Trump voters will come out hard to get rid of him,
yeah.
But that governor would only be a one-term governor and be wiped out in the next election.
Yeah, who's the candidate?
I can't tell you.
Man.
But let me tell you that if you thought logically of how I know, it's because we know somebody in the know. Come on, think about it.
Now I got to think about it.
How do you have to think about it hard? I didn't say who. You're not going to be able to know who it is. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
But you'll know how we know.
Oh, I know how you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not hard to figure out how I know.
Right.
Okay. Well, what? I know you know that I know, but what do you know that I know that you don't know? All I know is that we're going to get to Clean Spark. Let's get it over with. All right, let's get this over with. Nick, let's bring it up on the screen. Clean Spark. I don't know what's up with you.
Dude.
Wanting to buy $1 million worth. I bought some already.
I want $1
We're
million.
long the stock. What the story? Tell the market the story. Tell the people on the screen. Clean Spark, you have something you like about it. You're griping up a storm about not wanting to own more. We're up in it. We're long. Hey, for full disclosure, this program is for entertainment purposes. We're not recommending this stock. We're telling you we own it. We're not saying to buy it. We're not financial professionals. We don't understand your risk. We don't understand your risk tolerance. We don't know what you have in the bank. Don't listen to us. Talk to your financial professional. Call your wife. She'll help you.
Anyway.
Your wife's advice will probably be a lot better than my advice, by the way. Happy wife, happy life.
We could maybe we should get a dartboard and just post it up here and just start throwing darts at stuff.
We could do that for sure.
But yeah, Clean Spark raised capital $200 million at 22. And if you look at the other play that we're long on, POWW, they just raised capital at 5 and they're around 6. But anyhow, the market loves CLSK, closing today at $23.75. They don't really give a bleep about the $22 price point on the $200 million. The market said it's okay. It's worth more than that to them. Recent acquisition of SolarWatch Solution was the last time they raised capital. That actually was a company that provides $20 million in revenue from 2020. They are part of their microgrid solution. CLSK is big into microgrids. They've got vulnerable zones, for example, in California, where there are rolling blackouts. They present a low-cost option to implement energy storage systems.
All right, we're going to do a deep dive.
Okay.
Let's agree to this.
All right.
We're long the stock now. I'll do a deep dive with you. We'll look at the risk factors. We'll look at the options. We'll let the market know what we're doing. We'll put a position on together.
If you're in the chat, if you know a little something about Clean Spark, or if you have a little tidbit to kick in, go ahead. Be on.
Hey, let us know about Clean Spark.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's look at the year to date. Hold on. Nick, let's stay on the screen. Whoa.
That's because they raised capital.
Yeah, it's down, $2.91.
It was Jeffries or Wainwright that recently put an upgrade on a $45
Let's look at the year here. All right, this is going to take some investigation.
Of course.
It's up $22.43.
Yes.
That means it was like $1 and some change.
Yeah, it was one of those like Plug Power, FCEL.
Okay, we'll have to look at that. We're not suggesting you buy it. We're suggesting that we're thinking about it.
All right.
Right?
Dude, let me run an Audible real quick.
Audible?
Yeah, can you put in PLUG?
PLUG.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I usually have them pre-posted up there.
Plug Power.
Yes.
What's up with that? What's up with the plugger?
Go to the 1 year. I'm just curious. I want to see if this is like Clean Spark. Yeah, it kind of is. Okay.
Oh, yeah. $3 to $39.
All right. Plug Power, Hydrogen Fuel Company.
Are we on the screen, Nick?
Yeah,
Plug
let's.
Power?
Okay, good.
How does Nick know to do that? I mean, how does a guy, I assume he's the assistant director because there's a director named Brett.
Yeah.
How does the assistant director know to go do that when I didn't even do it? Tell him to do it.
I don't know. He's just
Smart
guy.
telepathic.
Absolutely. So the big thing about Plug Power is they had to restate a bunch of its financials for the last few years because of widespread accounting errors. But look at the 5-day. It looks like the street doesn't really give a crap.
Oh, yeah. But
Look
you
at
know
this.
what I think about accounting problems?
Here we go.
It's the greater cockroach theory.
Yeah.
Listen, let me explain to you the greater cockroach theory. When you hear accounting problems, you see that one cockroach on your counter? That means there's 1,000 more behind the cupboards.
Yes.
Hey, that's a Wall Street word. Check out Wall Street words, by the way. That's on my YouTube channel, Todd Ault. You can see hundreds of words about Wall Street words. They're 1 minute long, and they give you a quick definition. Although all you people watching, you're so smart, you don't even need those definitions. You probably know more than I do.
So when you turn the lights on, they're supposed to scatter everywhere, right? They do scatter everywhere.
For sure.
Okay. Well, but I don't see a lot of sellers here. I mean, yeah, it's
Down $5.
Yeah, it's down $5. But
that's selling.
yeah, okay, I'm with you.
But it's still 39.
But if I tell you the 52-week range of $2.53 to $75.49.
You think stocks have memories? Stocks do not have memories.
No, but I'm just saying it's
You think it's undervalued?
no, it's just kind of in a weird spot right now because I remember Luckin Coffee, like the Chinese Starbucks.
Oh, God.
They had accounting, the same thing.
Accounting scam.
Yeah, so I'm just afraid. And Kramer came out and talked about it last night. Mm-hmm. So
This company?
About Plug specifically. Yeah.
Wow.
So I just wanted to highlight that be careful with this. In my opinion, I'm not giving you financial advice, but just take if you're looking at possibly making.
Should
a move.
we be short? Would you be short Plug Power?
It depends on the interest and depends on. Yeah, we could look at it. We could look at it. We're missing a trade.
Let's go. What is it?
HOFV.
What's going on with HOFV?
So the NFL just came out and said they're going to try to monetize as much as possible with the NFT strategy, non-fungible tokens.
Really?
Yeah, and now Hall of Fame Resorts and Entertainment is popped after hours.
Why? Because what are they gonna monetize?
Yeah, for sure.
Hall of Fame. What? Where do you get these names? I never even heard of it.
Don't worry about it. And SOS we're missing too. We're missing a lot of stuff today. I'm disappointed.
What is Hall of Fame? What is it called?
What do you mean? It's Hall of Fame Resort
What's
and
the
Entertainment.
symbol?
It's for the NFL. HOFV.
HOFV. HOFV.
The company leverages popularity of professional football and players in partnership with the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Okay, and you somehow...
They own Johnson Controls. Yeah, this is like...
This is like what?
A former runner to $12. Yeah, this is a trade right here.
What is it, though? What is it?
What do you mean? It's a Hall of Fame Resorts and Entertainment company. They own the Hall of Fame.
Oh, and they're going to NFT everything.
Yeah, the Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, I get it.
And SOS we're
So
missing.
it's an NFT runner.
Yes, that's what it is.
Huh.
So
Wow. Wait. Well, look where it's at.
yeah, I know we're
When did that happen? Only in the aftermarket?
It just happened. It just happened like 2 minutes ago.
Wow. Is that? And where's it going? Let's look at the long term. Hey, Nick, let's bring this up.
It's a
Hall of Fame Resorts and Entertainment. You get stuff I'd never heard of. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we want to get in this.
Wow. That was a winner at one time, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We want to get back in SOS also. Sorry, guys. This is live, so when I see stuff that we can
Hey,
make...
when we see live, we go live, baby. We
Yeah.
go live. We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, SOS just ripped over $8 a share. So, yeah, NFL.
Wow. Well, we kind of go dark when we're both talking here.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to give you some opportunities here and give us a chance to succeed here. But I know the producer likes the NFTs. He talked to me about it today. Or the director. I got to get your titles straight, all you guys and gals. Non-fungible token. If you guys don't know anything, your girls aren't aware of this, Google is your friend. Go ahead and type that in. Ask Siri, whatever.
What's the symbol again?
NHOV. NHOV.
NHOV.
NH. Nancy Harold. You know, like the boomers? Those are like the favorite boomer names, right? Nancy
That's not
Harold.
the right name. Not NH. You mean HOV.
HOFV. I'm sorry. HOFV. So they're looking here. Here's the general synopsis.
Wow.
We need to get some more shares of this. That's just for us. We're not recommending it.
We just bought 10,000.
So like Ben Fisher of Sports Business Journal, the league's currently engaged in active discussions with potential partners to devise a strategy for digital collectibles. You know, in a memo distributed to all franchises, the league was talking about how they could make their own NFT deals, and basically that comes down to monetizing like individual players, like Mahomes, Gronkowski, Brady. And then all this other stuff too, all the old players and all the, like, for example, like Marino, like all the Hall of Famers, like all this stuff can be digitized too. And Mr. Director was talking about this afternoon, and then a little light went off in my head, and I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, okay, this makes a lot of sense. So yeah, it's picking up a lot of steam, and as more people are figuring out what this is, I think the popularity is just going to increase, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd like to be a little bit of a part of that. Sure.
Got it.
So,
got it. We apologize for the delay there. We're just a little strange there going on.
anyhow, so yeah, that was something that just happened, and we took you live with us.
So I'm not long Disney right now. I've been a big fan for years. Bought it actually a gazillion years ago at $20. I mean, go back like the Max when I started. I bought this thing like literally way down here.
Wow.
I mean, literally $5.
That's crazy.
Never had to sell it.
Wow.
But there were some pullbacks in between. Look, you can see the COVID over here to the right.
Oh yeah.
And there's some pretty big pullbacks. But it was this has been a solid winner for if you look at Warren Buffett talks about heirs of omission. He owned a ton of Disney in, I think, the 70s, and he said one of his biggest regrets was selling it. But when he bought Disney, they had just spent $80 million on something called the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
And the shareholders were so upset that they spent $80 million on a ride. And he said that he bought a bunch of the company and it was selling for like 5 times rides. It was like so cheap. And how dare they spend that kind of money on Pirates of the Caribbean? It was like an absurd amount of money.
Yep.
The market punished them for being so reckless with their money. And of course, he sold that stock, made a lot of money. And he said what people don't understand is that he reported that they sold it. And 5 years later, it was like $1 billion mistake.
Right.
So it's heirs of omission, where people are like, you're so smart, Warren Buffett. You sold Disney for a big profit and you made all this money. He's like, what you don't know is that 5 years later, it was $1 billion more.
Right.
Heirs of omission.
So yeah. So I mean, Walt Disney World has been open since July of last year. I don't know if you knew that. In Florida.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was one part of the piece of the puzzle that was open. The Florida governor had a little bit different take on the COVID lockdowns than most of the other states, and it turns out that the COVID numbers in Florida were very similar to the COVID numbers in California, and they had 2 different strategies. And I think that's why Newsom's taking a lot of heat over there, because people were looking around at other states and being like, wow, well, Florida's got 20 million people. Of course, California has nearly double that. But Florida is like the 3rd most populated state in the country, and their COVID protocol was a lot different, and it worked out for them, and the businesses got to stay open, and a lot of people got to earn a living. So it's just a little bit different scenario. So,
what stocks do we have for tomorrow? What do you like for tomorrow?
I wanted to talk about this
I
stock
gotta like
today.
this Hall of Fame thing.
Yeah, but listen,
I'm buying it like crazy.
CLVR. It's a Colombian cannabis company.
Where do you get this stuff?
I knew you were going to say that.
I think nobody should listen to you. I mean, literally, what you come up with there must be 8,000 stock symbols I never heard of when I meet you.
Dude, CLVR is a good one, in my opinion.
Okay, CLVR. Can we bring it up on the screen here? You bring it up on the screen.
Bring it up.
CLVR. Next thing you know, there's going to be a Colombian cocaine company. Oh, they make cocaine. They're traded publicly. Cocaine's going to be legal. It's illegal in Oregon.
Keep laughing while I make money.
Cleaver?
Take a look at that one, Brett or Nick.
All right.
Anyway.
What do you know about this thing?
They got a new deal with Ethypharm. It's a Euro manufacturer. It's a pharmaceutical company. So they're going to distribute cannabis extracts produced at the Cleaver Leaves facility in Colombia. So that's basically medical cannabis extract. So they're basically infusing cannabis now into the pharmaceutical industry. I like it. Why do you want to poison people with all these pharmaceuticals if you don't have to? So if you have a natural relief remedy, I say I'm all for it. So that's the news I have on them. And they're a little bit of a sleeper. They're not well traded. They fly under the radar because Tilray and Sundial and some of these other ACB.
They're not getting the coverage that the other ones get.
Correct.
Right.
So
Got it. Hey, Crypto Joe thinks Gonzaga's going to win.
I go Syracuse.
Hey guys, it's St. Patrick's Day. We're rushing to the bar right now so I can get my Guinness, some cabbage, and whatever else you eat if you're Irish.
Yeah,
Right?
I like it. I'm a little bit Irish.
Hey, it's the 32nd episode of Risk On. Careful what you do with your Bitcoin. We appreciate you watching. For Brett and Nick, Skyla and Josh, Jason, the professional poker player, trader, and Clean Spark advocate.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't do anything I would do, or you'll be in a lot of trouble. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's the 33rd episode, March 18th, the day after St. Patrick's Day.
33, Larry Bird. I bet he was Irish.
I think he is Irish. Isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah. Now, you notice there, that's JPM. You see that right there?
I do.
JP Morgan. I shorted that too. JP Morgan, I'm going to pull this up, Nick. Give me a second here. JP Morgan, obviously the largest bank in the country. It literally has been parabolic. Oh, wow. That was good money today. Wow. Only up $1.65. I shorted it when it was up 6. Let's go over the 1 month and to see it's effectively rallied. Wow, that doesn't even do it justice. This thing just went, okay,
There we go. Yeah,
right.
there you go.
And so I literally got short here, 161. I got lucky. Why did I get lucky? Because I saw Josh, what's his name on CNBC, talking about how the bond markets never trusted the Fed. And you got this sort of everyone getting on this late stage rally in the curve that is, we're at 175. Ooh. Oh my God. Now it's it is fast from 0.75 to 175 on the 10-year, right? But the Wall Street always has to have some crisis to talk about.
Of course.
The crisis is that bond yields on the 10-year has went from, is that right? Has went from? I think it probably is. No one said I was an English major. Has went from 0.75 to 1.75. This is why I say that Wall Street creates its own fantasy.
We had
COVID's back in France.
Yeah, COVID lockdown, triple mask, triple vaccines. Dr. Rand Paul.
That prime minister tried to keep France open though.
Yeah.
He couldn't control the bureaucrats.
Yeah, it's just in the European
There's a new
Union.
variant, special COVID variant.
Yeah, the EU is, it's just a power.
Tomorrow
control.
I get my vaccine. So Moderna, don't do me wrong, buddy.
Is that just one or two?
I'm getting one. It's one. No, I got to get 2 of them, but only one tomorrow. The first vaccine tomorrow.
When's the second?
Well, 30 days later.
Okay.
You worried about me?
So you think you might get some sickness tomorrow?
Come on, be positive. I heard you don't get sick after the first one. You get a little sick after the second one.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys will believe this because I don't believe it. But I heard that, how when Exxon drills for oil, they vent all that extra gas?
Yeah.
I'm hearing they're going to vent the gas into some form of a process to mine for Bitcoin.
What?
Like a clean energy mining Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's
They're going to take all the natural gas that they normally vent into the air.
Yeah.
And they're going to mine for Bitcoin. I actually heard that. I mean, it sounds like nonsense.
I don't know about that.
Why?
I just like to see. I like to see the write-up.
What'd you say? Yeah, Crypto Joe told me. Josh, our producer's in studio today.
Cool.
We should pan over to him, by the way.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
He's getting the brackets
You
ready.
didn't have dinner with us last night. He did.
Yeah.
But you didn't join us. Anyways, Crypto Joe told us that. I don't know if you can believe him or not. He may be a born liar.
So renewable energies for CleanSpark, they're going to have the lowest cost of mining Bitcoin in the world. That's what they're claiming.
CleanSpark is going to have the lowest cost of mining in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, we're long.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay, Nick, are we up now?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, let's look at this because this is a whipping.
Dude, so Hindenburg strikes again, right?
Oh, yikes.
You remember they hit...
This was a SPAC deal, correct?
Yeah, it was $4 billion valuation out of thin air. They have no sellable product, no revenue, and Hindenburg called them out on it. Hindenburg was pretty infamous for calling out NKLA too, Nikola. Remember that?
Yeah, but I don't think there's any reason to be negative here. So people don't have product right away.
Let me get into it.
You can be pre-product, pre-revenue.
Well, what about the allegations? Do they matter?
Okay, tell me all about the allegations. The Lordstown Motor Mirage. Fake orders, undisclosed production hurdles.
They just had a huge inferno.
And
a car blew up today.
Prototype
Or
inferno.
A truck, I'm sorry. So what they're accusing...
Ouch.
They're accusing Lordstown of fabricating an actual... account or a contract of, I think it was $735 million, 14,000 trucks. They did some research and they found out that the company that they were looking, that they posted a contract with was an apartment in Texas, and that they didn't do any, they didn't make any vehicles at all. They don't have any operations. So that's what Lordstown was posting, and the actual stock dropped 13 or 14% today.
Yeah, but I saw a bunch of interviews with them on CNBC. They looked like they were in a factory.
Okay. But what if they're fabricating numbers in order to inflate the share price? That's a strong allegation.
Ouch.
Yeah, also, they went public in October of 2020, but since that brief time, executives and directors have unloaded $28 million in stock. That's a lot.
Well,
So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. They had a huge implosion of a vehicle. It went up in flames just the other day. Got the police report. You can do your own research.
yeah, but cars crash all the time. Yeah, that's one of the things I didn't like what they were doing to Tesla in the beginning. They're like, this Tesla car crashed.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Cars crash every day. GM cars crash. Ford cars crash every day. Gas engine and cars crash every day. So there's going to be a percentage of them that get in accidents.
Except for the fact they have a whistleblower. And they said that the whistleblower, Ride claimed they will be producing vehicles by September. A former employee explained how the company has experienced delays in making drastic design modifications, putting them an estimated 3 to 4 years away from production. And they haven't completed a single test or validation, including the cold weather testing, durability testing, etc., from the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. Those tests are required by the NHTSA, not a one. So what are we doing here?
I don't know. It looks like Ride's got an issue.
I mean, is this a potential...
Maybe a highway to hell.
It's a potential short position.
I'm on a highway to hell. It sounds like Ride, RIDE, may be on the wrong, maybe the wrong ride.
Does this actually... This hurts SPACs. I mean, this is...
Let's get into the football deal. Come on, man.
All right, let's do it.
These media people are risk on, right? Let's see here.
They got a $100 billion deal.
The new agreement runs through 2033. I can't even think that far.
It's ridiculous.
Whoa, how old will I be in 2033?
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Lordstown.
Super Bowl is returning to Disney's ABC channel. There you go.
Yep.
And Amazon paid $1 billion per year for...
They get the Thursday night action.
For Thursday night action.
Exclusivity.
Well, I'm going to have to watch that on Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
Wow. Amazon Prime is going to have the NFL.
You know, I tried to...
We're completely insane. They're going to stream Thursday Night Football.
Let me ask you a question. Do you try to give a little bit of business away from Amazon? Because I find myself like going to Amazon way too much. Because it's so... The business model is so thorough. The shipping, the access and ease of everything. Do you say, hey, I'm kind of concerned about this giant eating everybody else. Let me look for some dog food somewhere else.
They started Amazon Health now, right? You can get... Amazon's had it for a while, and now you can go to an Amazon doctor, apparently. Like this whole Amazon health thing. They bought PillPack.
Wow.
I mean, they rule the world.
Wow.
They literally are, this is the Death Star.
So instead of...
It's sucking you in. It's a tractor beam.
That's my point.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not joking around.
I know.
Amazon owns everything. Literally, Jeff Bezos is going to buy the Seattle Seahawks. Right? I mean, is he going to buy them? They're in trust. What's his name died? The guy who co-founded Paul Allen.
Yeah, Paul
He owns the Seahawks. They're in trust. They're going to be bought. Bezos is going to write a check and own the Seahawks. He already owns the Washington Post, and he dominates the place. Smart.
What's his tax exposure annually?
I don't know.
We
He
need
probably
to-
doesn't even pay any taxes.
We need to talk
That's
about
some sort of way of deferring it for NASA, all that space stuff he's doing. So he's got enough write-offs to offset his taxes and money he defers. And I mean, you know that's the case, right?
I know.
Let's get his tax returns.
Yeah, I know. Elizabeth Warren probably has it.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, she
Hey, so
probably knows.
Viacom, which is CBS,
Yep.
Fox, and Comcast, which are Universal, are paying more than $2 billion a year for their package, while Disney, which owns ESPN and ABC, will pay around $2.7 billion annually. I mean, if you're the NFL,
Who gets the Super Bowl? I'm sorry. I totally
everybody,
blanked.
ABC gets it, I think, for a couple years. I don't know.
Okay.
The NFL League has finalized the new 11 rights tier. Okay, can I speak? The NFL has finalized a new 11-year media rights deal in a pack that will run through 2033 that is worth over $100 billion.
That's just for TV. Wow.
I guess people like the NFL.
We love this program. We appreciate you watching us. It's the 33 episodes. You got to pay attention. The market's always changing. We're always finding new stuff here. Pay attention here. We love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you in Orange County tomorrow. Take care. Hey, it's Todd Ault. We are on a different set today. We're in Orange County, California. It's March 19th, the 34th episode. Guess what happened today?
What happened?
I got a little prick.
That's not what she said. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble
Exactly.
for that. But.
Yeah, you might get a little trouble for that one. I went to get a Moderna vaccine. I got it. By the way, for everyone out there who has not got a vaccine, it's very quick. It doesn't hurt. A little cold afterwards. My arm's a little sore, but I feel good.
Phase 1 complete.
Yeah, phase 1 complete. One more to go, April 16th. I did think that COVID-19 would kill me, and I felt like it was hunting me down for a long time because of course, Josh knows this, I'm overweight. And those of you who don't know, and the screen doesn't make sense, it probably makes me look bigger on TV, but I'm bigger than you think, and so I thought COVID would get me. I kind of had those comorbidities.
Yeah.
So it was like a victory run. Today I ran across the finish line, and I broke the tape because when I got the vaccine, and Bridget gave me the vaccine too, so she was cute.
She was cute?
Yeah, she was nice, very nice, professional. She kind of grabbed my arm like this and then
Pinched
went
it.
like that, and then I didn't even feel the thing.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So that's it, though. It's
I'm vaccinated.
30 days later, we got to come back here and get round 2, right?
Jason's in the house. Your first time to California.
Yeah, I actually, true story. So I'm in Vegas. I'm Googling gun laws in California. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't take my firearm to California because I'm not a California resident and I do not have the concealed permit from California. So I had to leave the firearm back in Nevada with the rest of the gunslingers that open carry there. So here I am.
This is your first time in California, and you're unarmed.
Yes.
Right.
So
Probably not the state to be unarmed anymore.
I heard it's pretty high crime here.
It's not the greatest.
Well, we're
It's not terrible. No,
Well,
that's not true. That's not true.
it depends where you are.
Yeah,
Just
for
like
sure.
anywhere.
Just like anywhere, yeah. Hey, Jeff, I know you're watching, buddy. What a day today in Hall of Fame, huh,
Actually,
buddy?
I'm looking at HOFV right now on Webull.
Where's it closing?
It's actually at 406 right now. So they took profits.
Jeff, did you take half?
Yeah.
No, Jeff was texting me. Jeff was a guy who was in another deal that I was in. He was in it before me, and the company ended up getting bought out. And he told me he went long Hall of Fame like we did. And we're feeling like we're having a Hall of Fame day.
Pretty good.
I woke up to a Hall of Fame day because we were up big in Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and POWW with a big rebound. We're going to get into that
Oh,
too.
yeah. HOFV, right?
Yeah, HOFV.
Hall of Fame.
Do you want to
victory.
Do you want to pull it up on the chart?
Oh, my God.
I know the
It was a
radio-
rocking day today.
The radio listeners can't see it.
You
but
guys can't see this Hall of Fame thing, but if you know NFTs, right? NFTs,
yep.
This whole thing about non-fungible token, it makes sense that the Hall of Fame would be able to basically make a lot of money off of all that great literature they have.
all the memorabilia.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
for sure. And someone got on the bandwagon today. They didn't get on the bandwagon yesterday. In fact, we bought it the day before live on the air.
Yes.
And I think Josh is probably excited about that, but you were mortified. that
Well, I didn't
buying
like
a ton
this.
of it.
No, I liked the position, but I didn't like the size.
Yeah, we bought 120,000 shares.
I was good with 50.
100,000 at 305. That's 300,000.
Yeah.
20,000, 60. We're only long 360,000.
That's all.
I say only 360 like it doesn't matter, but that's not true.
I value every dollar, but
I
on a
mean-
percentage basis, you know,
True, but 360 is the average cost of a home in the United States.
is it?
Yeah, just
so
to give you an idea.
Does that mean I shouldn't buy stocks? Yes, it's true. I slept for a while because knowing I was going to get the vaccine, I wondered if I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you never know, right?
Talk
You
about
get a shot, a
talk
reaction.
about negativity.
No, I was going to get a shot of Moderna.
Yeah.
I mean, Moderna like made it up in very quick timing. Hey, speaking of Moderna, I want to know, as those of you out there know, I'm involved in an Alzheimer's company. I founded Alzheimer's Neuro. If you can make a vaccine for this that quickly, where the hell's the vaccine for Alzheimer's? I'd like to hear, why don't we get ourselves behind a vaccine for Alzheimer's? I don't get how people have been dying for 106 years since it's been discovered. Maybe it's 103. I'll give you the 3. I'll give you 100 years. There's been no treatment or cure for Alzheimer's in 100 years, yet here comes COVID, and we get a vaccine in like under a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, where are our priorities? I know my father is dying from Alzheimer's. He's like wanting to take swipes at my mom. I'm over there the other day. He's an angry guy now. He's angry. Now, we're working on something, but he's an angry guy, and we're able to vaccine a bunch of people that quickly. Let's get behind this and figure out how we can solve Alzheimer's.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh, wow, that was a soapbox moment, man.
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that. Hey, for those of you on the what, Josh? What? COVID is a high priority. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
for
about
sure
that.
it
You're
is.
right. You're right.
Absolutely.
I apologize for my behavior. Let's go to Clean Spark.
Sparky.
All right, we're at Clean Spark. For those of you on the radio, Clean Spark opened up at 2360, rallied to 2408, then fell back down to 2327,
Yeah.
and then rallied the rest of the day with the NASDAQ up $1.20 on the day. If you're looking at the chart, it's up and then left to right down, and then rallied throughout the day. It kind of held that till the end of the day, but at one point it was over 25.
I liked it when it hit over 25.
So for full disclosure, we're long 20,000 shares of Clean Spark.
Correct.
And we own the 22.5 calls. So we bought some in-the-money calls. We bought 50 of those.
Yep.
That's another 5,000. Oh, I'm sorry, actually.
What did you-
We bought 100 of those.
Really?
Yes. And then we wrote 50 of the 30 calls for
Good.
April.
For how much do we? This
We
is
got
pretty-
$2.40 for those.
Wow, okay.
So that's $32.40. That's a big premium for 1 month. The
Yeah, that
option
is.
prices are
Wow.
some big premiums in these options
that's
right now.
big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, for those of you home gamers and on the radio, if you don't know how to trade options, don't ask me.
Anybody-
I've been doing it for 32 years, and I still lose money doing it. Oh, I make money too. You got to be careful with options.
Yeah.
We're writing a covered call, and then synthetically, let's go through this. Why did we buy 10,000 of the 22.5s when the stock was 25? Because you have 250 built into it. We paid $460 for the call.
Right.
So we are effectively risking $4.60 on 10,000 shares. So we spent $50,000, effectively $46,000 to be long $250,000 worth of stock, and 2 points are intrinsically in the money.
Right.
The rest is the time value. But that's because my man Jason here believes the stock's going to move. Why don't you talk
Those are
about
the
why
April,
you like the stock?
Was it April 16th?
Yeah, but why do you like the stock?
I like the stock because they just raised capital at 22 for $200 million. And they're going to deploy that capital, in my opinion, for further acquisitions. Every time they have done an offering, they've done 2 in the last, I think, year and a half, they've deployed that capital to grow the business. They recently bought a solar company that infuses...
A solar company.
Yes.
Not a silver company.
Solar.
Right, because everything with you is silver and gold.
No, this one's solar.
Yeah.
So they actually bought the solar company that infuses well and meshes well with their microgrid business. They actually use their microgrid business in the crypto space to mine Bitcoin.
You claim that they are the cheapest miner in terms of power. Is that true?
Their goal is to be the least, the cheapest cost miner in the world. And right now they've broadcasted to the folks that they're at 0.028 cents kilowatt hours.
Wow.
That's pretty cheap.
So we're long Clean Spark for full disclosure. Nick, can we bring up the screen one more time? Let's look at it year to date. It is down $2.60, $2.26 year to date.
But look at the 5-day.
Look at the 5-day. It is
Yeah.
So what? That's that pricing.
Correct.
So we're trying to get everyone to see our logic here. Okay. So the logic here, the stock was
Do we not
near
have the chat back
29.
up? I'm sorry.
The stock that was near $29, and they did a pricing at 22 for $200 million.
Yeah.
And now the stock's 24. We bought it for 23 and some change. So our bet is that everyone's kind of in that price at 22. They got money to deploy, which means they got a lot of new announcements coming. So when you think it's going to 30?
Yeah, can I tell you something else?
Please.
They don't have any debt.
They're debt free.
Yes.
Yeah, I know companies that are debt free and still trading down. Yeah,
I know.
I wouldn't
do
pay
too.
attention to that.
Yeah.
Okay, CleanSpark, one of Jason's favorite picks, and that's your risk on trade, isn't it?
That is for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are not recommending it. This is what we're doing with the money. We're deploying that capital. You got to do your own homework, consult your financial professional.
Correct.
Don't take our advice. But, hey, for entertainment purposes, watch the show, comment, like. We love you. Jennifer Abernathy, I like the set, watching from D.C. Nice.
Cool.
I love Washington, D.C. Does that mean that's the Washington football team?
It is now. Are they going to change that? Or are they just going to run with it?
Well, I like the Reds. Hey, maybe they'll rename themselves the Tomahawks.
What about the Washington Potato Heads?
Why do you call it potato heads?
It's a joke. Remember they took away the Mr. Potato Head?
Oh.
You know, everything is offensive these
You know
days.
what my wife said? Let's call this out real quick because only got 15 minutes left. So apparently there was there's a song called WAP or Whoopee or Whoppy.
You know what it is.
No, I don't know what it's called.
It's
don't say it.
It's WAP.
WAP. I'm not saying the words because this is a family show.
Yeah.
And apparently Cardi B and someone else were dancing to this.
Yeah, but Candace Owens.
I know, but here's my problem.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They can do that on national TV, she says.
Yes.
And yet Mr. Potato Head's offensive and so is Dr. Seuss.
Yes, that's crazy.
All my Chinese friends, by the way, don't think that Dr. Seuss is offensive. I know that they had some pictures and their eyes look a little, they did some pictures that Dr. Seuss did many years ago.
Yeah, but white liberals do. That's all
But
that
white
matters.
liberals care about it.
Yeah, they care.
Right?
That's the moral high ground.
Cardi B can get on TV and do that,
Right.
but Mr. Potato Head has to be unisex.
Yeah. And they got
Now,
rid
by the
of
way, you can't call it Mr. Potato Head anymore.
It's Potato Head.
No, it's the or they.
It's not. It's they.
It goes by they or something.
Oh, so
They,
Potato Head has pronouns now?
I don't know, man.
Come on, man.
This is well over my pay grade.
What about Quaker Oats? I mean, Aunt Jemima. All these things are gone.
Aunt Jemima's out of business. Like literally, she's no job now.
Gone. Is she part of the job?
By the way, Saturday Night Live did the most funny thing where they had all the characters and and by the way, my friends that are African American pointed out to one of my friends. He said to me, all the things in the grocery store are now a bunch of white people again.
Yeah.
Like you took all the African American characters that were on these programs, Uncle Ben's.
Yep.
They're all gone, and everyone's white again. He's like, we got the opposite.
It's crazy.
Maybe we should put Beyonce on like a bottle of syrup or something.
It's just crazy, man.
I mean, I don't know what you do here. What's offensive? I can't figure out what's offensive and what's not. I mean, if you're African American, you can get on TV and do this thing on the Grammys, but if you're Mr. Potato Head, you're out.
Yeah, you're gone.
I'm being serious. I cannot figure out what is offensive anymore. I don't even know what to say. I'm nervous every day on this program. I'm going to say something wrong. Mr. Potato Head or WAP, is that what it is?
WAP.
Yeah, whatever, man. Okay, whatever. I'm done with that. Hey, I got my vaccine. It was no big deal. It was I didn't even feel it. Special thanks to Bridget at Kaiser for doing that vaccine today. We'll see you Monday.
Yes.
Those of you on the radio, thank you so much for being here. It's the 19th of March, the 34th episode from Jason and I, Brett, Josh, Skyla, Nick. Crypto Joe's in the house.
Christy and Andrea.
We love you guys. Take care.
Thank you.